All right, so many of you guys obviously know me, Chris Tuttle, from being a bodybuilder, winning nationals, doing a few pro shows, doing a lot of videos on building muscle. But this is really a turning point in my life. Being almost 38 years old, I've decided to venture away from bodybuilding and enter more into MMA and boxing, more specifically boxing. Many of you probably wondering why now? Why would you do that at this age? And you're carrying such good momentum this past year, which I was working with VU, which was great. I got up to about 265, but being at that age and being that heavy, and the years of beating on my body, my knees, as a lot of you guys do know from my past videos, have been giving me problems, especially my left knee. But this year I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in both my knees. My knees would probably swell 4 to 5 out of 7 days per week. And being that heavy obviously does not help that. And just being that heavy, risking my health, being at this age, it just wasn't as feasible. And as you get older, priorities start to change slightly. Not that I don't have that mentality to be able to continue, I do. It's just more of what's logical, right? Sometimes you gotta know when to laterally transfer to doing something else, trying new things. Been bodybuilding for a long time, almost started lifting weights for bodybuilding purposes almost 16 years ago, 17 years. And I love it, I still do love it, but it's time to move on to something different. And as you can see, I've downsized a bit. I was up to 265, down to about 240 now in the morning. I'll continue to drop probably down to probably 225, maybe even 220. I started boxing, Muay Thai style striking. No grappling yet, probably won't because of the knees, but we'll see as my knees recover as I get lighter. About maybe 4.5 months now. And it's an eye-opener. One, I like things that are very challenging. Nothing's more challenging and uncomfortable than fighting. Getting hit in the face is super uncomfortable. Most people avoid conflict, most people avoid physical conflict, or especially going into a fight or a sparring match where you're gonna get hit in the face, maybe multiple times, is uncomfortable. It's obviously going to come from hitting the nose or possibly losing a match, because every fighter, for the most part, will always lose a match, lose a fight. So I think something that I want to dive into is exactly that. It's individual sport, it's physical, and nothing's more uncomfortable than fighting and getting hit. So that's something that avenue I want to go into. Not to mention boxing, I can pivot, I can move, and my knees don't bother me. And that's really the main reason why I was focusing more on boxing style of a combat sport more than, say, Muay Thai or total MMA. But that's not off the table down the road. I just really like boxing, especially because of my knees. But I will say what is fascinating and interesting, it's not like it's a shocker to me, is you spend 15, 16 years bodybuilding and becoming basically the ultimate anti-athlete. Yeah, your muscles, you're strong, you look good, but man, you can't move. It's not like you can go out and run a mile in 6 minutes. That's not gonna happen at 265 pounds. And that is something that it was a shocker the first day going through boxing class, how tired and exhausted my arms were, how my ability to throw punches was just pathetic in comparison to, say, picking it up if I was much lighter, right? So that was a major shock, that being like, wow, it's like I can't move, I'm slow, can't throw a punch efficiently, and I gas out in like 60 seconds. So that, I was addicted. How difficult it was the first time, I was addicted. Most people will get into something, realize how difficult it is, or see how far they have to go to be decent, or moderately good, or very good, and they'll give up. For me, because I was so bad at it, I want to do it to the fullest extent. So at this current time, I box twice per week with a boxing coach. One of my clients is a Golden Gloves champ back in the day. He comes over on Sundays and we spar and puts him through drills. So in this last 2 weeks have been really more spar drills, moderate sparring, no real fights yet. Obviously, I'm far off from that. I'll probably get crushed, but that's ultimately the goal down the road. I would really like to learn how to move, how to box correctly, and be decently competitive, or just be a lot better for myself. But really the focus is not just a competition or fighting, is really to progress and progress and progress and progress and become more efficient at boxing. In this last week I said I was sparring, so I've been hit in the face probably at least 70 times. I'm not kidding. Jaw, hit in the mouth, got kicked in the face. And it's really all not that bad once you get over the anticipation. That's the hardest part, is anticipation, is, you know, going in, you know, your gloves up and you're slipping or you're evading, and knowing that you're gonna get hit. You just have to accept that you're gonna get hit, but to deflect as much as you can and return fire. But I love it, and that's kind of the avenue to go. Not to mention, I feel so much better being lighter, breathe better, more energy, I sleep better. My knees do feel better already, just being 25 pounds lighter. And hopefully I'll continue to feel better and better and be able to do more and more as I become more mobile and become more athletic again. It's gonna be interesting how long it takes for 15 to 17 years of becoming anti-athletic to become athletic again. So we'll see where it takes me.